they can come in time. And so what you have to recognize is all the tools and the equipment and the this, that, and the third do not replace the need of having a true, clear strategy for how you're going to market your message, articulate your value, how you're going to position your expertise, how you're going to attract, align, and ultimately serve the people, the ideal people that you are meant to serve. Hey there. Hey, Solopreneur, come on in. I have a great one for you today. I am Natasha Tony, content marketing strategist and consultant. I work with my clients one on one to help them achieve clarity and the impact that they want to have in their business. I help them package their knowledge and know how into a framework that elevates the work that they do. And I ultimately help them position their value or their expertise, rather, and become a voice of value in this online marketplace. And so today, I really want to talk about branding your impact and understanding what branding your impact really means and how you can begin doing that if you feel that the way that you've been showing up, the content that you have been creating does not align to the impact that you truly and ultimately want to have. Before I get started, if you are not on my email list, you most certainly can. I have for you a complimentary ebook called the Solopreneur Playbook. This outlines to you a signature framework of mine called AIM that I use and leverage with my clients to help them build out their content marketing strategy so that it aligns with their messaging. So if you would like this ebook, you can always head to bit.ly/content_playbook. That is bit.ly/content_playbook. And once again, that is bit.ly/content_playbook. When you do that, you will be consenting to being on my email list, and I will be sending you emails and stay connected where you can learn more about me, what I do, and how I can best help you in creating the impact that you want to make or have in your business. So I shared on my Instagram, and I'm going to pull this up. I shared on my Instagram a couple days ago. So I shared, Dear Solopreneur, you cannot fail-proof a non-existing strategy. Back when I got started blogging and vlogging, I spent so much time trying to make sure I looked legit, but even more trying not to make the same mistakes that experts were pointing out. I downloaded as many automation services as I could for email marketing, content, payment processing, etc. Anything that was suggested by the experts and anything that would set me up for success, I leveraged or attempted to leverage. I found myself signing up for every 14 to 30-day free trial and investing into all the tools in order to start building, creating, and marketing. Once the 14, 30 days were over, the trial period ended, I would still be at square zero. No strategy, no plan, but hopes and ideas. The truth is you cannot fail-proof a non-existing strategy. All the tools in the world cannot replace the need and importance of having a clear strategy around how you position your expertise and put a stamp on your authority in your niche. And that post itself was a response to what I've seen in a space where, there are solopreneurs willing to get started. There are solopreneurs feeling that they can't get started until they have gotten the right tools, until they have, put in place the website, until they have gotten the logo created, until they have gotten a business license filed, until they have done all of the things that they needed to do, all the to-dos, in order for them to start creating content, in order for them to start marketing, in order for them to start showing up, in order for them to start serving. And so that was a response to that. And it just made me think how even when I got started, I was in that space. But what was the mindset shift, or what was the shift that I needed to make in order to get out of that space and to start? And to simply not wait until things was perfect, to simply not wait until I had everything together or in line, in order for me to finally start making an impact in the thing that I wanted to do. And so when we talk about impact, a lot of it has less to do, or branding your impact, meaning putting a stamp on your authority, becoming a voice of value in your niche, being a leader for the people that you're trying to serve. When we talk about branding your impact, that's exactly what, or when it's said, or if you hear anything, what I'm saying, branding your impact has a lot to do with how you lead, how you show up, up, how you serve, how you operate with a sense of authority in the work that you do in the niche that you are in. It has very little to do with the website. It has very little to do with the content itself, really. And I'm talking like, oh, is it a reel? Is it a story? Is it a this? Is it a that? It has less to do with the hacks, right? The social media hacks, the post at this time and don't post at that time, and make sure that you include this amount of hashtags and make sure you don't. And I'm just like, are we still like, why are we still there? It has less to do around whether you have the business license or not at this moment. All of those nuances that don't truly equate to a greater impact overall. They are busy work things, like, for sure. Should you have a website? Most definitely. Be striving to get your business license. If that is something that you want to do, yes, all of those things are important at some point. But in order to get started, in order to begin creating impact, you don't need those things outright. They can come in time. And so what you have to recognize is all the tools and the equipment and the this, that, and the third do not replace the need of having a true, clear strategy for how you're going to market your message, articulate your value, how you're going to position your expertise, how you're going to attract, align, and ultimately serve the people, the ideal people that you are meant to serve. So branding your impact or putting yourself out there has less to do with how you look, how well aesthetically pleasing your social media is, and how aesthetically pleasing is your, graphics are, and spending all day in Canva. I'm saying this because I have been there, spending hours upon hours in Canva trying to design, cover photos and this, that, and the third, all just for people to not care about those things. Were they on brand? Yes. But were they determining factors to the impact that I can have and make? No. So those things are great for what they're great for. Those, like designing this and having this, spectacular logo and your brand photos, right? I've been using the same brand photos since 2020. At this time, I am still using the same 50 photos from 2 years ago all throughout my Instagram, my social media, my website itself. I am still, even for the covers for my YouTube videos, I am still using the same photos. I have not changed those photos yet. I have posted in real time other photos that I've taken, but I have not done, and I do my own photos, I have not taken a new set of quote unquote brand photos, because they're not important to what it is that I'm doing. They do not make they're not a determining factor for whether someone decides to work with me or not. Does it help in aiding in the branding and the aesthetics? Sure. But again, it does not support ultimately my bottom line, the mission that I'm on, and the impact that I have. And I say all that to say that a lot of times we hide behind those small nuanced things because we do not know the value that we can provide and bring into the space. So we spend more time designing the photos. We spend more time, making sure that the graphics are great. We spend more time trying to, put together those stories, to make them, or the feed to make them aesthetically pleasing. We spend all of this time, on the website, trying to get the wording down, trying to, make the website look as professional as possible if we're doing the website ourselves, or spending money on the website, right? But we still don't know the impact that we're trying to have. We still don't know, we still are not clear on that. We have no framework. We have not packaged our knowledge and our know-how into a framework to actually serve the people that we're trying to serve. We don't even know who those people are. And we ultimately have yet to position ourselves to make the impact that we want to make. You're not clear on the value that you can provide into the space. You are not leveraging your experience and your overall know-how to bring that into the space to actually create impact. The branding your impact or having a stronger impact, regardless of the space that you're in, putting a stamp on that really comes down to how you position your value in whatever spaces that you're in. How do you leverage what you know? How do you leverage your personal experience? How do you package that together to create impact in whatever the spaces that you're in, online and in real life? That is the essence of branding your impact. People become associated with who you are and ultimately what you bring and the change or transformation that you can create. But when you don't know that, when you're not clear on what that looks like, you will find yourself spending more time in things that you believe will make an impact, believe that will, create a result for you, believe that will inspire and, invoke people to either work with you, to follow you, to, whatever it is that you want people to do, right? Buy from you, things of that sort. None of those things truly matter. What truly matters is how are you positioning your value to create impact? How are you positioning your value to, create transformation? How are you putting a stamp on your authority, becoming a voice of value, a leading voice in the space that you are in? And when you recognize that there is a connection between the level of awareness and what you know how to do, your overall value, and the impact that your business can have, you will understand that your brand aids into the impact of your business, right? When you think about it, especially as women solopreneurs, or just as solopreneurs and solo entrepreneurs overall, we are solely doing things ourselves. We are solely aiding into the impact and the success of our businesses because we are leveraging from our lenses, from our experience, from our expertise in the work that we do. And so we take what we do, what we have known, what we have experienced, and we package that into whether it be a service, a one-on-one service done for you, done with you, whether it be some type of, community, whatever the model is. And we leverage our brands, who we are, what we know how to do, which aids into the impact that we can have in our business. But if you don't know the value that you can provide, ideally, you're not sure what the impact that you can have, whether you are deeming yourself as a business, or service provider of some sort, right? So you have to identify what is the impact that what is my value? What value can I bring? Really, what is the essence of what I can bring into this space that I can package up to create transformation, to create change, to make an impact in my own right. So one question to ask yourself as you identify, or when it comes to branding your impact is really, what do people associate you with, right? How visible is your value online, right? So are you creating content? Do you have any personal results, right? How visible is it that you know what you know and you know how to do, and you can create a result or transformation for someone, right? Are you, receiving referrals from other people? I remember when I had a small stint in doing creative work, my first quote unquote paid client was someone through a referral. I had did a logo for someone else years ago. They still remember me, and they told the person that was looking for a logo to say, hey, she is your girl. And off the bat, it was like, hey, this is how much it's going to cost. And they were like, got it. They saw the work that I did. They liked it. Got it. Right? So are there referrals? Do you have referrals? Are there people that are referring you to other people? Because what that signals is that someone knows you, they know the work that you can do, they know the impact that you have, and they are saying, hey, they're advocating for you at this point. They're saying you are the go-to person. Are you doing any type of marketing and long form marketing, like content marketing, YouTube, blog posts, podcasts, all of which that you can have people sit with your ideas, sit with your frameworks, sit with your and listen to your perspective, right? Do you have spaces that you can allow people to sit long enough with who you are to get to know your brand, get to know you, get to know the impact that you can have, right? Is there somewhere where someone can learn more about you, really can build up an extensive, perception and perspective around who you are, what you do, and can clearly identify the impact that you can have, right? If there's no spaces, that is someplace for you to start. You don't have to, again, you don't have to have the website in full. You can have a landing page that outlines who you are, maybe even link to a couple blog posts or link to a couple videos or link to a couple like podcast episodes, right? You don't need to have the most decorative logo. You don't have to have the most aesthetically pleasing cover photos or anything of that sort. A lot to do with, one, do you know the value that you can provide into the space? And if you don't, you have to gain clarity around that. Because because once you gain clarity around that, it aids in how you show up in your business and create impact in your business. And when you're in that space, right, you are able to get people to associate with you the impact that you can have by, again, I gave you a couple examples, making your impact visible through like developing case studies, right? Are you diving deep into the work that you've done with someone, or the work or the result that you've gotten for yourself? You package this into some type of study where you showed people the before and the after, any personal results that you have gotten for yourself, right? I enjoy talking about any personal results that I have, and also any failures, or any losses, because that also aids in building trust to say, hey, I didn't succeed at this. This is why, and this is what I'm going to do to succeed at this, and at another time. Any type of referrals, meaning, are there people that can vouch for the work that you do? And doesn't have to be, and it shouldn't be people that you know, because that is going to be super biased. Are there people that you do not know? Is there someone that can say, this person is known for that? Any referrals? And are you leveraging content marketing, YouTube, blogging, podcasts? I'm also going to throw in email marketing as well. Are you leveraging those longer form of content to allow people to sit long enough with your ideas, with your frameworks, with your processes, with your perspectives, so that it aids in trust, it builds association, and ultimately they see you as a leading voice for what it is that you do. So I truly hope that this video helped. If it did, leave a comment below letting me know what it is that you took away from this video. And if you would like to know more about me and what I do, you can always click any of the links in the description box below this video. Again, my name is Natasha Tony, content marketing strategist and consultant. Thank you for watching. Catch you next time.